two type of cells present in human being. One is, and as you know, in any living being defines the two process, growth and reproduction. So exactly, there are entire cells which worked in two ways. One that takes part other than reproduction are called as somatic cells. One that takes part in reproduction known as reproductive cell. This both the cells works under the natural process of cell division. We have come to know one thing, that these two processes goes by the natural process, and by the natural process happening, cell undergoes division and cell performs task. But we came to know that when we manipulated the cells, we found that cell will not respond. So there arises the challenge that how to work on this transformation, that is on this transfer, how to work to the cell of another person, that is patient. Is clear? In the process, we have come to know in the medical science that there is a cell naturally present that is having a properties of conversion. Is clear? That cell is known as stem cell. Is clear? Now understand. So, stem cell. So, in very simple, what is a stem cell? A cell which gets converted into another cell type. We have come to know this naturally in the process of medical science, that when there starts the growing of cell into division, that is cell to tissue to organ, we have come to know that everything is cell. Tissue is also group of cells, organ is also cell. But what makes the difference when some organ starts behaving differently? So we have come to know that when the, say, human grows, say for example embryo to child to adult to old. Is clear? This is the life cycle of a human. Clear? This is the main growth. Because embryo to child, the complete structure have to come. Is clear? Organ development, organ system development is this process. Is clear? I am saying the same thing in other words. That is, embryo to child are the main phase of development in which some of the cells present much more in number get converted into different types. Because you know, after the structure, only the process of growth takes place. Is clear? After child structure, now only the process of growth, no more formation of organ and all. These all are the processes here. So it is found that inside the embryo, there are some natural cells hidden. Clear? And this natural cell is having unique property. These cells are undifferentiated, having unique properties, that is properties of conversion. Clear? Properties of conversion. Conversion means it gets converted into different types. Clear? Its conversion property under medical science became important to understand that how there happen the development of organ in the human body. Is clear? Now, second thing. So we have come to know that these are the cells, unique cells hidden and are responsible for conversion. Clear? Now, then we started working that whether these cells are present after this process or what. So we have come to know one thing, that these cells are present even in the last day, even after death. But what happens? Recall the same thing what I said, that this is the main growth, embryo to child. Why? Because organ have to develop, organ system have to develop. As the growth mainly completes, so the cell that is hidden in the embryo now loses its potency, loses its capacity. You can understand why? Because it has performed its main task. Is clear? So, as the body grows, the stem cell loses its potency of conversion. Is clear? So I have said two things. First, what is a stem cell? Are the natural, unique, undifferentiated cell having properties of conversion. Clear? Mainly available in embryo. As the body grows, it loses its potency. So we have started studying in a great detail that what type of stem cells are naturally present. So here I am writing one word, natural stem cells. Clear? We started in a great detail. We first found that, as you know, embryo to child, the main phase, what does this mean? In very simple, that the cells hidden here in embryo are having the ability to convert into any other cell type. That is why every type of organ get developed. Is clear? So naturally we come to know that the cell present inside the embryo can be converted into any. Try to memorize in 3 words. Any. Any means any type. That is why all organs get developed. Is clear? Now, main development happened, child grows. Clear? So embryo to child grows. Main growth happened. So what happens? Now the stem cell have taken part in the growth. So now the stem cell that is left now is able to convert, but not in any, so become many. This is the phase. You are getting the difference between any and many. Any means all types of cell present in our body. How all these organs have developed? By embryonic cells. So embryonic stem cells can be converted into any type of cell. But what happens? Now the main growth happened. Now the child have taken the structure. So now the cell have loses its potency. So now as have loses its potency, so now it can't be converted into all, but it can be converted into many type of cells that are present in our body. Clear? And you can understand what is the meaning of many. Cells present in heart, cells present in liver. Is clear? This is the meaning of this many. Now understand. Embryo to child. After child to this phase. Clear? Child to adult to old. Now only growth factor matters. No organ development, nothing. So what happens in this case? Many became few. Clear? Even after the death, such cells are present in our body. Is clear? Sometimes you might have heard that in bone marrow, there are some cells present. Clear? That cells are the stem cells. So you can understand. Even after the death, stem cells are present in our body. But what is the case? Can be converted only into few type, because in this life process, it has loses its potency. Simple. So I have said 3 things. A stem cell are the natural, unique, undifferentiated cells having properties of conversion. Second point, as the body grows, loses its potency. On the basis of potency, naturally available stem cells are divided into 3 types. Clear? Just given 3 biological names: TPSC, PPSC, OPSC. Simple. Is clear? Now understand. This is all the study completed in biology, in medical science, and over a period of time, medical science have taken great interest. Again, have in mind one thing. I am discussing first about medical science aspect of stem cell. Clear? Then I'll come about biotechnology. So over a period of time, when our medical science have come to know about this thing, medical science started taking great interest in this property. And medical science over a period of time introduced a new treatment technique. Coming to the word treatment, we have discussed that what is the meaning of treatment, whether by medicine or by surgery, how surgery are performed. First, scissors. Second, laser. Now, third type, it is introduced by medical science and it is called as stem cell therapy. Now, first understand stem cell therapy. What is the meaning? Medical science introduced that this can be a new way of treatment process. So remarkable, no blood loss, and this will be very advantageous on two lines. Point number one, just take a case. We have come to know one thing, that stem cell can be grown into any, many or few type of cells. Just take a case. There is heart attack. There is some issues in retina, in eye. What does this all mean? Very simple. Whenever we talk about any disease, it is related to cell, because you know cell is the structure and function unit of life. When say heart attack, what does this mean? Some cells in the heart have stopped working, have broken. These are the meaning. Clear? When we say some issues related to retina, what does this mean? That some dead cells, now some cells have become dead in our eye, that is responsible for some disease in the eye. You can understand in very simple. I can say one thing, that in any of the disease, now disease can be defined as very simple, that cell functioning is stopped, cell become dead, is called disease. Correct? Is clear? So medical science defined disease in one of the new way. That for example, when we say a disease, clear? So for a disease, for a dead cell, how we treat in medical science? By scissor or laser? Now medical science proposed that no scissor or no laser. Do one thing. If there is a dead cell in the retina, clear? For example, take a case. If this is a dead cell in the retina, first process, scissor, takes time to heal. Clear? Eye surgery. Second process, you know, laser eye surgery, burn this dead cell. Clear? Third process, now a new way of treatment technique. Do one thing. This is the area where cells are dead, due to which there is a issue in the eye or say retina. Do one thing. Inject stem cells here. I'm using a word, inject. Inject stem cells to the area. Clear? Now, what will happen? What is the property of a stem cell? Convert. So what will happen? Over a period of time, you have injected so many stem cells. So over a period of time, this dead, leave it. There will be a new type of naturally grown cells in the place. Clear? So, a stem cell therapy is a new technique of treatment proposed under medical science, under which stem cells are injected at the site of dead cells. Is clear? Now, to implement this, now understand two things. To implement this, what we need? We need stem cells. Clear? Now, just take a case. Any type of dead cell in body, any type of dead cell in the body, one thing is clear, that if say we will found a stem cell here, now understand this line, if we will found a stem cell in the embryo, clear? What is the characteristic property of a stem cell found in embryo? It can be converted into any. It means what? If a stem cells can be taken from embryo, clear? It can be used in any disease treatment of a stem cell therapy. Now you can understand, medical science treatment technique can be revolutionized. In a new way, we can treat any disease just by injection of the stem cell to the site. First listen, any disease can be treated. But a serious question mark: under regulations of medical science, touching embryo, working on embryo is illegal. So, not to work legally on stem cell. That is why IVF clinics are under the strict surveillance of government agencies. Because you can understand, those who are going for IVF while transferring embryo in ETT, just think of it. If someone will take stem cell is having huge demand in international market. Is clear? According to medical science, if embryo is touched, if embryo is scanned, there happens deformities in the child. So, point number 1, under medical science regulation, embryo touching, even scanning is illegal. Clear? That is why using this cell, no work under stem cell therapy. Otherwise, you can understand, if this will be allowed, stem cell therapy can be used to treat any type of disease, but is illegal. Is clear? So, then what to do? So, there started 2-point development. Now, you can ask your question first. I am coming to this. It will take 5 minutes. Okay. See. So, till this is clear to you? Now, as embryo, stem cells can be converted into any means. This stem cell can be used in any type of treatment, but is illegal, so matter is solved. So, now what to do? So, under medical science, there started a banking called stem cell bank, the way blood bank. Clear? In blood bank, bloods are preserved. Exactly. A new banking started under medical science called as a stem cell banking. Now, why this banking is started? Because when we studied the natural characteristic property of a stem cell, what we found that natural stem cells can be preserved at liquid nitrogen temperature even 80 to 90 years. Think of it, how advantageous. Point number 1. Point number 2, even after the death of a person, stem cells happens to be in a live condition. If after the death, stem cells can be taken, it can be presented here. It will work in 2 ways. First, this banking will work to encourage stem cell therapy. And second, not only this, there is a very advanced scientific research going on under medical science. You know one thing, that under medical science, we can't grow one organ. We can't grow one organ. That is why so many challenges in treatment. But just think of the day, if we will able to grow an organ in the body, then you can understand. Those who are not having even eyes by birth, eyes can be grown later on in the life. You are getting this point? Someone is not having eyes. Clear? Why at present we can't work with science? Because in our science, we can only treat the disease. We have not developed to this extent to develop organ. But there is a very advanced research that is called as tissue engineering. In tissue engineering, advanced scientific research is going on by which we can grow one organ. Now first coming to this research. See how organ is naturally grown. Organ is grown how? From stem cells. What does this mean? That studying this in a great detail, scientists have come to know that we can also grow organ. But to this research, there are 2-point challenges. First, as is illegal, so this research is not allowed to work on any stem cell taken from embryo. So is the challenge. But what to do? But if a stem cell bank will be there, is clear? What does this mean? Point number 1. Stem cells collected from placenta. Clear? Stem cells collected in this phase, even after death, if it will be stored here, variety of stem cell. These stem cells can be taken by scientists and they can perform this research. Is clear? So this research is at a very advanced stage, but so far no success have been achieved in this research. The point is clear? So you can understand what is a stem cell therapy in one word? Just injection to the site of dead cell. But how to inject? In order to inject, we need to take a stem cell from a stem cell bank. Is clear? So there started this process. But in this process, in order to, this is the research interest. Now, coming to the interest of stem cell therapy. In this process, there is a serious challenge that was noticed later on when stem cell therapy was implemented. What was noticed? That just take a case. If someone goes to stem cell bank, purchase a stem cell, some hospital group, and started injecting in person's body. What was found later on? That many such treatment fails because some other person stem cell is rejected by immune system of the body. Is clear? So what I have discussed here, a challenge related to stem cell therapy taken from a stem cell bank. What is the challenge? It was found out that if the stem cell that is taken from the banks, if it is to be implemented, immune system rejects. What does this mean? That then research started on this line that if immune system rejects this, then no meaning of this treatment. Then research started on this line and scientists proposed one thing, that if we will develop some technique by which we will take a stem cell from the patient body. Now understand this line. We will take a stem cell not from the bank. We will take the stem cell from the patient. Clear? Then we can implement the stem cell in injection. And if the same patient stem cell is taken and then injected, then 100% success rate. No rejection of the immune system. Clear? So there started a scientific research to work out on such stem cells that can be grown from the body. Is clear? Very important concept. Then at last I will come about biotechnology. Now, in 2006, a Japanese scientist reported one thing. What he reported, first understand. He reported that I have developed a technique by which a person's, some of the genes can be programmed, encoded, and some of the genes composition is equal to stem cell. Again, I am repeating. What is cell? Having a molecule called DNA. Clear? What is DNA? Having a nitrogenous base called gene. So just think of it. It is studied in this research in 2006 that some of the genes composition is equal to stem cell. That is how this person is studied. This person is studied that what is stem cell composition. So what he found, that stem cell composition is few specific genetic code. Clear? So he introduced a process that by identifying, then programming and encoding 4 specific genes. 4 specific genes from where? From adult body, because no research before this. Clear? So what he proposed, that from the adult body, 4 specific genes. Clear? I am writing the name. If you can recall, it can. Otherwise, you can leave it also in exam. These are the complicated name of genes. What he proposed, that in 2006 he reported that I have identified 4 specific genes where in adult cells, anyone's body, there are 4 specific genes. If these genes will be programmed or encoded, he called this process as, recall what I said regarding stem cell, undifferentiated. Stem cell present here and there. So he called that it will be differentiated. Differentiated. And what is the natural case? Undifferentiated. So he called this process as de-differentiation. Then what he said, that from the adult body, anywhere in the organ, if 4 specific cells, that is genes, are programmed and encoded, out of this 4, what will happen with this process? A adult cell, anyone's cell, clear, can be programmed into a stem cell. Clear? Can be programmed into stem cell. Then he said that while doing so, what will be the property of this stem cell? He said that as we have worked on adult cells, so such cells can be converted into many, not any, can be converted into many. And what the many is called as? PPSC. So on this very name, he called it as PSC. Clear? And as the process is artificial, so this is named as iPSC. Induced pluripotent stem cell technology. Is clear? So what is this technology? Under this technology, 4 specific genes of an adult cell can be programmed and encoded to be converted into pluripotent stem cell, which can be converted into many other cell types of the body. Is clear? Now, for this development, the person was awarded Nobel Prize 2012. Very important question in medicine. Clear? So see, with this development, what happened? Medical science as well as technology, because this person's research was under biotechnology. Medical science as well as technology have come to know one thing, that a stem cell can be grown also. Now understand, here what we have come to know, a stem cell is found. But with this technique, what we have come to know, that a stem cell can be grown also. Now 2 options. Now take the iPSC. Now it can be used in the patient body itself. Is called as patient matched manner. 100% success. No immune system rejection. Clear? So with this research, now 2-point approach is started under stem cell therapy. And now it is said that as a stem cell works with conversion. And what is conversion? Manipulation. So it is said that if the gene will be transferred to the stem cell, now the cell will respond. So now genetic engineering can work. Is clear? So you can understand, with this biotechnology, that is under gene genetic engineering, where gene therapy and gene cloning, in both the process, what happens? A gene is transferred to a cell. So interest grows that such type of cell can be better worked out in the manipulation. Is clear? आ गया समझ? Once again, it's very simple. Try to have in mind just with few words. What is a stem cell? Natural cells present in our body having properties of conversion. Clear? Maximum present where? In embryo. Maximum means such cells can be converted into any other types. That is why there happen the development of organ and all. Clear? Now, but what we came to know, as the body grows, stem cell capacity of conversion lose. Clear? Reduced. So on the basis of its conversion potency, natural stem cells are categorized into 3. Those best, which can be converted into any. Clear? But when the body grows, any became many. And even in the last stage, there are stem cells present that can be converted into few. Clear? Now, with this, medical science introduced a new treatment technique called as stem cell therapy. Clear? Under this treatment technique, a stem cell can be injected where? To the site of dead cells. Without seizure, without laser, treatment can be simply made by injection. So in order to implement this technique, now we need stem cell. So from where we need a stem cell? So there established a bank. And in this bank, it is legally defined that there will be no such work on here, either in research or either in this bank. So in this bank, a stem cell started coming from this. Is clear? Where it can be stored, from where it can be purchased and can be worked out in stem cell therapy. Now, second, a research started because we come to know that this therapy faces a challenge. That is when we take a stem cell from the bank, many times immune system rejects. So there started a research that why not develop some technique by which the person's body cells or stem cells can be used in the therapy. So with the programming and encoding of 4 specific genes, a scientist converted adult cell into some cells. When he studied the property of such cells, what he found? That such cells can be converted into many other types. So he called what I have developed is the natural second type of stem cells that we converted into many. Is clear? Now, coming about India. Now you can say the stem cell therapy is a evolving technique under medical science. So going on the similar line, Government of India came out with, and as I have said, entire thing other than medical science is guided by ICMR guidelines in India, Indian Council of Medical Research. So ICMR came out with National Stem Cell Policy, in which stem cell research is started in India. Point number 1. In order to start the research, what we need? A stem cell bank. So Government of India established India's first stem cell bank in AIIMS Delhi, where using a stem cell, now a treatment of heart is also performed. That is called as micro-injection technique in cardiac arrest treatment. Clear? Government of India have started under National Health Mission a stem cell registry program to make aware citizen about stem cell, so that more and more donation of stem cell will come. Private sector companies are also encouraged so that they can come forward, and the way they have taken much more interest in the establishment of blood bank, they will also establish a stem cell bank. But very limited progress, because awareness level is not so. First thing. Second thing, the way blood bank is profitable, this bank is not so, because this is in the initial stage of development. That is why in India, very limited approach in stem cell therapy. Point number 1. Point number 2. When it comes to scientific research, you can say very vast scientific research is going on. To this scientific research, Government of India have placed serious limitation, because you can say if this research will be encouraged, who knows, to have much more competition, someone will start taking stem cell illegally. So in India, the research is also highly strictly guided, under which only stem cells related to blood is allowed to work in India. Is clear? Such stem cell, so I'm talking about India here. Such stem cells are called as HSC. Clear? And therapy is called as hematopoietic stem cell therapy, under which only blood related stem cells are allowed to perform the research. Is clear? And broadly, in the perspective of biotechnology, the stem cells of iPSC is of much interest as well. Is clear? अब आ गया समझ? Or any other doubt? Anyone? समझ नहीं आया? आ गया समझ? Any doubt? Okay, so write about this. Under stem cell and research, write first. Stem cells are natural, undifferentiated cells having properties of conversion. Next point. Stem cell properties of conversion, that is potency, potency, decreases as the human grows. Next point. On the basis of potency, natural stem cells are categorized into three types. Write this one. First, TPSC. Right? Stem cells that can be converted into any other cell types. Underline the word any. Any. Right? Example, embryo, embryonic stem cells. Next to this, write one point. Working to this cell is illegal as under the regulations of medical science, even scanning, touching embryo is illegal. Okay. Second, stem cells that can be converted into many other cell types. Underline many. Okay, write example. Umbilical cord, umbilical, umbilical cord, cord, stem cells. Okay, write third. OPSC, oligo potent. Stem cells that can be converted into few other cell types. Underline few. Example, bone marrow. Okay, now change the paragraph. Stem cell properties of conversion led medical science to come out with a new treatment technique known as stem cell therapy, under which, with the injection of stem cell to the site of SITE, to the site of dead cells, to the site of dead cells, a new healthy cells can be grown due to the properties of conversion of stem cells. Due to the properties of conversion of stem cells. Next point. Under stem cell therapy, several diseases can be treated. Example, in retina, dead cells, cardiac arrest treatment, etc. To implement this therapy and to encourage scientific research in stem cells, stem cell banking is introduced. Underline stem cell banking. Right. Stem cell banks are the banks where stem cells can be preserved. Stem cells can be preserved for 80 to 90 years at liquid nitrogen temperature. Such banks, stem cells, are utilized in the treatment process, but sometimes found challenging as immune system rejects stem cell from another body. So there have started a scientific research There I have started a scientific research to implement patient matched manner technique in stem cell therapy. And to this scientific research, a great success came from Japan. Okay, now change the paragraph. Now write. In 2006, a Japanese scientist, write the name of the scientist, is important. Shinya Yamanaka. Successfully worked out in programming, encoding, encoding of 4 specific genes. Write in the bracket names of all 4 specific genes. MYC, OCT 3/4, KLF4 or SOX2. KLF4, SOX2. Okay, close the bracket. अगर ये एग्जाम में याद रहेगा, you can write, otherwise no issue. OCT 3/4. Okay, programming and encoding of 4 specific genes. Close the bracket. Converted adult cells into pluripotent. The word you have written in second PPSC, into pluripotent cell type. Same line, continue. The process known as dedifferentiation under which methyl or acetyl, ACETYL groups to many organ also releases stem cells of this type. This stem cell that can be grown in the lab is termed as, write the way I have written, small iPSC. Induced pluripotent stem cell. Induced pluripotent stem cell. And the technique is termed as iPSC technology. For the development of which the scientist was awarded Nobel Prize Medicine 2012. Nobel Prize Medicine 2012. Underline this Nobel Prize. Change the paragraph. With the development of iPSC technology, stem cell therapy have reached to remarkable success, as in a patient matched manner, same person stem cell can be utilized in the treatment process, and there will be no chance of immune rejection. Okay, change the paragraph. In India, ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, releases guidelines of stem cell research, under which, write this one, HSCT, T है ये, poetic stem cell, write in bracket, blood stem cells are allowed to work. Next point. Government of India have established, write the name of the bank, umbilical cord, UMBILICAL, umbilical cord, CORD, stem cell bank in AIMS Delhi. Next point. Under the stem cell policy, private sector participation are also encouraged. For stem cell banking. The next point. Under NHM, National Health Mission, with the joint initiative of AIMS Delhi and Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, a national stem cell registry is made. Which will be a database of stem cell donors. Okay, so the point is clear. If any current updates will be there, have to be updated. Clear? You will find in the coming days, like there happens some sort of controversy, like say, for example, if it is approved to treat a disease with a stem cell, clear? And if such is not approved under medical science, so sometimes there happens such controversy and such controversy when comes to news happens to be very important for exam. Is clear? So stem cell is important both for prelims and mains.